Okay, I think we're fucking in the shits. Let me just send this out. Hello, hello. Welcome to the Cup of Nations final. Self-promotion. This at room final is live now. Let's do this. Okay, I'll be promoting the game soon. Let's put it here. Boom. Where else should I put it? Public Arena. Con final. Okay. Let me just make sure I can hear myself. If you're in the stream, let me know if it sounds good. Trying to get on my shit. There we go. Can you hear me well, Mr. Revenge? I see you in the chat. Let me know if it's working well. Hopefully it is. Yeah, so we got Rome and Suebi best of 5. Let's fucking get it. Yes, you can. Perfect. Alright. I'll let Simplify them know that I'm good to go. Good to go. Thanks. Good luck. He's listening to Skyfall. That's awesome. Alright, I will remove the army cover once the battle starts. Obviously, just don't want to give anyone a chance to look at the armies. I can't actually see the build, but, you know, just remember to do this anyway. Suebi versus Rome. Okay, I can't see the build now, so good thing I didn't change it. No, this is live as fuck. I'm spectating the game. So we have Simplified, had a Suebi, made his way through one half of the bracket. He beats, let's find who he beat while they deploy. Who did he beat in the other rounds of the playoffs? Is there like a bracket somewhere? I feel like we don't do this very well. Whatever. In round 1 of the playoffs, didn't even play. He beat Sirius with our Vernie. Quarterfinals, he beats Ulda, the favorite of the tournament, I would argue. So very good win. And in the semifinals, he did beat Semi-Naked, who had Massilia. So he has not played against Rome. Rome, one of the better factions in the tournament. Let me go remove the army cover now. But Suebi, I would say, is the single best faction. And the one thing about Suebi that's super interesting is they don't really get countered. Or, no, that's not what I want to say. They get countered hard by some factions. Parthia, Pontus, Saba if they were in the tournament. Armenia, um, maybe Massilia to some extent, which he did defeat, but he hasn't faced some of the harder counters, and Rome is not a hard counter to Suebi. Not at all. Um, I did play this exact matchup as Rome 3 years ago, 3 Cup of Nation finals ago now, so 3 years ago, and I did win, but it was very tough. End up going for like some crazy elephant strat. Probably not going to expect to see that, and also I think Simplified would probably deal with that properly. Now, Simplified's strat has been very consistent the whole tournament. Very strong infantry, 2 cav, 4 jav cav, some, whatever, slingers and archers, whatever. Trash, and then trash spears, and a couple of Wodenaz to bolster the spear line. This makes your infantry force pretty much unparalleled, because you get the Wodenaz and you get the Swordmasters, and you can have 7 melee units. So let's look exactly what he's gone for against Rome. He has the 2 Noble Riders. He obviously is using Aravistus. Looks like 4 Bloodsworn here. He has 2 Swordmasters, so that's already an extremely strong melee force, especially with Fast Charge, obviously. Now he also has a Club Levy, so he can get that extra Club Levy. Good unit, has triple or double Chevron, so whatever. Then he has 2 Wodenaz, so that's an additional 2 essentially very, very elite melee units because they can cook almost anything. Now, they will probably lose to Roman infantry, but they will beat, like, Triarii, for example, probably pretty handily. Not handily, but they will beat them. And of course, the fast charge, always a threat. He does have some Spear Levy, his 3 Spear Levy, again, just to block the YOLO charges. And then he has 4 Scout Riders. He does have a Cimbri Bowwoman. The first time I've seen him bring one of those, but he probably just had a little extra money. And a Germanic Slinger as well. Rome obviously gonna have to try to YOLO in, or they probably will lose. But I don't love the army here. Like, 2 Syrians is kind of crazy. Like, 2 Syrians, yes, Suebi is somewhat weak to missiles, but you have to defend them the whole game, and it just means you have less melee units. But let's see, what is the melee force? Obviously it's heavy on Cav, but he has Evocati, veteran legionnaire, and Evocati. Now Rome, of course, can only get 3 good infantry, and that's going to be super hard when you're facing against essentially 9 good infantry for Suebi, if you include the club levy. He does have 2 Hastati at least. Looks like 3 Hastati makes a lot of sense. He has a Spear Gladiator Treacy. Really don't like this unit, but if your money is not working out, whatever. 2 Spear Gladiator Treacies. They are decent in melee, but the numbers are bad. You know, the armor is quite poor. The health is pretty low. So, pretty weak units. Then you have Sock Equite, 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 Sock Equite, Sock Equite. So is that 3 Sock Equites, 2 regular Equites, and 2 Sock Equite Extraordinaria. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cavalry, including the little gen units, 2 missiles, and then he also has 2 Vigiles, or 1 Vigile, and 1 Triarii as well. So he kind of has 7 good infantry. You count the Hastati, but the Hastati loses the Bloodsworn. The Evocati loses the Swordmaster. The Wodenaz beat the Triarii. So your infantry is much, much weaker. Simp can just sit here and shoot. Obviously, these Syrians are just looking for kills on the Scout Riders. Is going to get some shots. Simp does realize it. Only a few arrows got fired. Not the worst thing in the world. But here as well, he does need to realize this is going to get shot. He does realize now he's going to try to dodge. And now, of course, the YOLOs are going to charge. YOLO charges are going to come forward. But Simp has faced this every round. He's faced the full YOLO rush. It's what everyone has to do to defeat Suebi. And Rome is not the best faction, not the worst. You have the 2 shock cav for cheap. You get the heavy cav in the Sock Equites Extraordinaria. Good armor on the regular Equites. But Simp should know how to defeat the YOLO charge. He's been doing it very effectively in the other games. He uses the Jav Cav to support. He uses the cheap units to just eat the charges, and then he just fast charges into you, kills your infantry, and this is very, very effective. What does Rome offer that, for example, Massilia doesn't? Rome offers much better infantry. Worse cav, slightly, but much better infantry. So here comes the rush, attacking on Iskander's left flank here, Simplified's right. He is just going to sit here. He doesn't want to move back. If he starts moving back, there's a timing where he can get hit. The cav flanking around. He wants to charge the Wodenaz. You see, he wants to engage on this flank. He's going to back up here, but he's going to get hit hard here. Nice Jav volley, though. A lot of casualties. Swordmaster gonna get hit, but the Swordmaster can take the charge. The only unit that can actually take charge. Nice block of the charge here. Of course, he's gonna get charged on the gen, but that's fine. Wodenaz got kind of destroyed, but again, he can afford to take some losses. He lost a lot of Sock Equite Extraordinarii. Needs to get this charge with the Bloodsworn. Does get it. It's a little weird, though, down the line on the Hastati. This Evocati got charged in the back. Fast charge coming on this flank. No counter charges here whatsoever. He's trying to run away from the fast charge. This is dangerous. If the charge can come in here, no, he's going to charge the cav, fair enough. But the Spear Gladiator Treaties will get in there. General, a little weak, but getting out. Didn't lose that many men, actually. The Wodenaz, again, it's weak, but it's winning. Evocati down 20 men instantly. This is yellow morale, but actually only lost 7 men. The Swordmaster Bloodsworn getting 50 kills instantly. This Bloodsworn getting 30 kills instantly. 18 on the club levy against Evocati. We'll take that. And now here come the Jav Cav. And again, what can you do with your Cav? They have to either defend the archers, which you spent 520 on, or flank around. But is there not much flanking? Cycle charges coming through, and this flank looks extremely weak. Hastati going to get destroyed by a Wodenaz infantry or spears in support. The archers, so useful to just jump the shit out of the Cav. This is looking super good for Simplified. The Cav flank is coming, but here come the Wodenaz. They're going to eat another charge. They're going to start dying, but the Jav Cav are getting lots of volleys. The general's quite safe here. Dumping the good Cav, the shock Cav. And he can just sit around and wait now. He has a cav out on the flank here. He has spear support in the center. Cycle charges coming in here. Swordmaster can just tank all day. Doesn't really give a fuck. Okay, rear charges. Finally, you're breaking 1 unit. Okay, you broke the Wodenaz, sure, but at what cost? I mean, look. Simplified looking extremely fine here. His good unit, his normal rider, going to charge in, get the archer, get the cav kill. And going to snipe the other archer as well. There are still some healthy cav, but you would say the same about Suebi as well, because the noble riders are quite healthy. They're also much better than whatever Rome can offer, but there's still 3 cav here. And the infantry are holding on. They're not... It's not over yet in terms of infantry. He still has pride, and now the cycle charges, the rear charges will start to come through. Here he's going to sacrifice the cav. Should just get javelin, though, so it's just going to die, trying to get to the archers. But the archers are cooking harder for Suebi than they are for Rome, obviously, because the Rome archers are dead. Nice charge in here just to kill this unit, help his Swordmaster buddies out. He still has pride to pop at some point. He has a reserve spear to kill the Equite Extraordinarii. Again, he doesn't really care about the Sock Equites too much. He really cares about the shock cav. Oh, big mistake, though, if he doesn't get a charge. Oh, he does get a charge. The general could still be in danger here, but Roman infantry is collapsing all over the field. Roman cavalry is mostly dead at this point. I mean, he gets a good charge in here, gets the spear support. His archers got so much value. The Cimbri bowwomen, 71 kills, a chevron, destroying a Roman cavalry unit very effectively. And the Jav Cab are quite healthy alive. 3 of the 4 are alive. One is pretty much dead, but they did their job. They silenced the archers. And yeah, full Woad Naz. Again, that can kill this Avocado. Swordmaster, not super healthy. This Swordmaster is, though, with 2 chevrons and 145 kills. Plus, he can still skirmish out pretty safely. He's going to keep his gen alive. Now, I think one thing he should probably do is, I don't know if he did pop Pride, I didn't see it, but I think he should have popped Pride on his fast charge, just because he never ended up using it anyway, just to help win the infantry fight a little more decisively. Pride obviously giving you that armor piercing for Suebi. But yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Suebi defended well against the fast charge. The Roman cavalry is mostly pretty weak, so it's not that devastating. Of course, the Saki Equites and Extraordinaria are, but they got shot down by the archers pretty heavily. And this is a pretty confident win. I mean, you can see 9 kills on this Saki Equite. Just it was the one that got countercharged by the general, so they traded. But of course, if Simplified can afford that, using a Noble Rider to block an Extraordinaria. The other Cav aren't going to do very much. The other one got a Chevron, sure, but it got peeled pretty quickly, didn't really get too much value. And infantry-wise, yeah, Avocado doing well. Bloodstorm maybe not doing great. He had some weird charges where he was charging to his right, not like directly in front, so his charges were not great, and that probably hurt him a little bit more than he would have liked, but Swordmasters are super, super good. And yeah, that's a pretty confident win for the first game. Let's go update the score and block this, so in case anyone's changing their army. Text. Simplified up 1-0. This is a best of 5. Let's remember that. But yeah, I think, yeah, we can't see the army's good. Not much to say about that. I think that's kind of what I expected. I think Iskander needs to be smarter about how he engages. But again, he tried to run away on one side. That makes a lot of sense, overwhelm one side, but still, it was a little too slow. This fast charge obviously makes it super easy to connect. So, yeah, I don't think there's much to say in terms of what to do differently. But yeah, Rome, I don't know. Rome, obviously the option is always there to take the elephant. I personally think this is actually quite strong to take the elephant and a bunch of equites. You just charge in, and then the elephant can just. The thing is, the elephant has the mass to just run the fuck over the Suebi units. Of course, it can get peeled, it can get shot, and those are things you need to worry about. But if you have enough, like the equites can push back the scout riders. You don't really worry about the noble riders with an elephant. So that is certainly an option. But Iskander, if he's thought about the matchup, he probably he was like, okay, let me see if I can just run Suebi down. But if you had watched the games against Massilia, I think those would be the most pertinent. You would see that it's not so simple, especially because Suebi just has so many units that can kill your infantry. So if you get a couple of them with the charges, but you lose a lot of your cav, now there's a fast charge still coming at you, Pride, and the 2 Noble Riders, the 2 Swordmasters especially, and the 2 Wodnaz are just so good. And of course there's 4 Bloodstorm with fast charge walking at you. The Archer and the Slinger are very valuable, and of course the 4 Jav Cav. So yeah, Suebi just extremely strong. Again, I think Suebi probably one of the better factions in the tournament, but they also have like kind of unwinnable matchups in some cases. I don't think Sim really faced those factions with the right players necessarily. So obviously part of the kind of RNG of the Cup of Nations is that some matchups are going to be easier than others. All right, we're starting, so I can remove the army cover. And I think the obvious thing to look at is he going to change, and Iskander is not going to change. I think that signifies to me, well, I think it's extremely risky, given what we just saw in the last game. Like, the last game was not close. Maybe he says, look, I can execute better, but are we really still taking the Gladiatrices? Like, this seems risky. The 2 archers got literally no value. So again, I'm not saying it's wrong to take the same army again, but he has to use it differently. He cannot let the archers be so useless. He needs to walk up with the archers and dump the shit out of the Wodnaz or something. They are Syrians, they have their 40 armor, 55 health, they don't give a fuck if they get shot, it's fine. Just walk up and dump the shit out of a Wodnaz or a Bloodsworn or something, man. Because these guys sitting on the edge, trying to defend against the Javcav, it was so fucking useless. Like, the Javcav can't kill them easily with one charge, but they're just out of the fight, they're not getting any value. So that does kind of make it hard. Simplified, he has the same army, so just in case anyone wasn't clear on the armies, it's 4 Bloodsworn, 1 Club Levy, 2 Sword Masters, 3 Spear Levy, 2 Wodnaz, 2 Noble Riders, 1 Kibri Bow, 1 Slinger, and 4 Javcav for Simplified with fast charge, obviously. And Iskander has 2 Abakadi, 1 Veteran Legionnaire, 1 Triarii, 3 Hastati, and 2 Gladiatrices as his infantry force. He has 2 Syrian archers. He has the general bodyguard, or the legatus, or whatever. And he has 2 Extraordinarii, 2 Equites, which he's changed their position of. 2 Equites and 3 Sac Equites? Oh no, maybe that's slightly different. Sac Equite, Equite, Sac Equite. Equites socket. No, 3 socket Equites, 2 Equites, 2 extra Extraordinarii, and 1 Legatus, and 1 Vigile in the back there. So again, the infantry fight seems to be in the favor of Suebi. That one was close, but the Cav didn't get enough. They didn't get enough damage on the infantry early on. Like he did get around the flank eventually, started getting some rear charges, but it was too slow, unfortunately, for Iskander. And that was problematic. I think I misspelled his name on here, so my bad. There's a random L in there, that shouldn't be there. My bad, guys. Alright, it's fixed. Don't want to disrespect the alias. But yeah, we'll see what changes. Of course, the other thing is like these Jav Cav just get so much value, like even just hitting infantry, shooting the Gladiator Treacy, shooting these Cav, like he doesn't really have an answer for them. Like just putting the Syrians out there is just so bad because like, it's so easy for the Jav Cav to outmaneuver Syrian fire and still hit what they want to hit, and the Syrians are really not getting too much value in that sense. So, but we'll see. I mean, the fact he takes his army, he definitely thinks I can do something different. Just from the start, he seems to be a little more wide, potentially. I think these Hastadi were a little further back at the start of last game, so he was a little wider. He's definitely wider than Suebi is. Suebi cannot afford to go wide. They need, like, the lines of fire on cav units, and they also need these, like, screening units, right? So they can never afford to go super wide. But Rome obviously can. And Rome kind of wants to avoid the fast charge as much as possible. But yeah, it's still gonna be tough. Another wasted volley here again, just trying to zone the scout riders. Maybe he'll be a little more effective with it, but again, like we're just missing shots here. We're just wasting ammo. Scout riders, they aren't gonna really be phased by this kind of action. Another thing to check on is the use of pride on the noble riders. Basically, I think the best time to pop it is just when you pop fast charge, because at least you're gonna get it on a bunch of units. Popping it later, you'll get it on fewer units, and yes, it can be at a more opportune time. A lot of the fast charge, you're going to be wasting it if you use it when you use Pride, but it's still fine. Might get a good volley here. No, it's not going to be good. Like, you can already tell, this is just going to miss. Scout Riders, too fast, too quick. And again, I just feel like these archers are just out in the fucking middle of nowhere. Maybe they can get some sword side shots on this flank, though. That would be decent. Some maneuvering here. I mean, of course, these archer and slinger can just dump because the archers are not going to be contested. But at that point, Rome will just walk forward, so it will be the trigger for Rome to attack when the archers start shooting, because you don't want to let the archers just cook. Again, shifting to Iskander's left here. Not sure why, because that will expose your sword side, but I guess his infantry is just walking forward, so it's just a cav shift. The cav are far back. Now the archers are getting some shots. I mean, again, you can't hate on that. Like, getting shots, again, fine. Kill some spear levy, whatever. Getting shots on the Avocadi, though. Avocadi losing a guy, even to the archer fire of the Kimbries. Now, the Kimbries don't want to use too much ammo, because they do want to keep some ammo for the cav. That's one of the nice things about having the archers. They can just nuke the cav. Like, any cav, like, when the fight is happening in the front line, your archers can just shoot any cav that's, like, rotating behind the lines, right? Trying to flank around. Can just get dumped by archer fire and slinger fire as well, but the archers just do so much damage. Trying to get a nice shot on the Socket Extraordinary, but not going to happen. Archer's now flooding back into the center on this link, going right on this link. This makes sense because he's definitely attacking this side, right? Trying to get nice sword side shots with the Kimbries. Let's see if they get a kill here with the sword side shots. Yeah, instantly getting 2 kills. So that's because he's getting a really nice angle there. Oh, this will be nice shots as well because they're actually walking more into the sword side. Okay, turns at the last second there, but still, a couple kills, 4 kills. Much more damage being done by the archers of Suebi than Rome at the moment. But again, it really is going to just come down to the click fest, so not much to say until the charges come in. You just have to get it right as Suebi. Rome, you know, you want to take as little fire as possible, but these veteran legions are getting dumped to shit, man. And, oh, if the archers were firing, it would have been nice. He's not going to get rear shots here, probably. Yeah, get some. I mean, shit, you're going to get a full rear shot volley on these guys and actually take out, like, 5 dudes on that volley, something like that. So Slinger is already getting good value, killing off this veteran legionnaire, making it a lot weaker. And again, he has this Jav Cav out on the flank, just denying the possibility for the Cav to do anything. But now he's a little overwhelmed on the micro, loses a couple of dudes to a volley here, flanking around with the Hastadi. Doing a better job of flanking this game, I would say. Syrian's just gonna get shot now. I guess that's fine. I don't know, I wouldn't really shoot the Syrians, to be honest. Like, there's so much armor on these guys, you have to shoot them a bunch of times. Are you really likely to get those volleys? Not sure. Now he's collapsing in on himself to defend, put up a defensive line here. And you can see he's keeping the shot cav in reserve. Not sure I like that. Gets a nice volley, sword side volley on the Sake Equites, and the Spirit Gladiator Truces there. Sake Equites is going to be fine though. They have 55 armor. The Equites have a little bit more armor actually. But Simplified is playing this really nice. He's very controlled. He's not freaking out when there's a flank attack coming. He's just reacting well, forcing the Syrians to waste ammo. This time a scanner is quite content to get quite close. Yeah, dumping the Spirit Gladiator Truces, I can respect that. But the Kimberlys probably don't have too much more ammo, to be honest. They probably have used like 7 volleys or something. So they probably have 8 more volleys. So again, he wants to save that for the cav. Like, yes, shooting these units and getting some early kills is nice, but the cav damage is critical in the mid game. The archer is taking up space, kind of pushing back the Germanic Scout Riders, but again, just mostly missing, so I don't know how good that is. Yeah, the slingers can shoot all day, so they can just shoot the Syrians down. The Syrian's gonna take some damage. I actually shot the Noble Rider. Nice job trying to push out. And now here comes the attack on a timing here where the general is moving away. Maybe you can't get the fast charges easily. But no, Scanner says, it wasn't great. Let me turn that ship around. Now, Simplified just needs to regroup here a little bit. He lost a couple dudes on his general. He's getting shot up. Slingers, the archers, sorry. Not really taking that many losses. Like, I don't really give a fuck. He's definitely just gonna target the general, I feel like, which is completely fine. This looks like a committal attack, though. He's gonna use the Triari to block. Nicely done. Volley will come in. Oh, it's a great volley as well. Not a good charge at all from these guys. The Swordmasters, again, the Swordmasters, they are okay eating a charge. They are fine. And look at the Javelin fire coming in here. Nice charge from the Hastati, though, but the Bloodsworn will get a counter charge here. Probably just nuke this shit. Counter charges coming in all over the field. It's a much more condensed Suebi, though. I'm not sure who that really favors. The Spirit Gladiator Truce is doing a good job pushing back these guys. Probably going to take a lot of losses for it. No, this is not it. This is not a good charge. Should not charge here. Probably just hold back. Nice job baiting out this charge. The Swordmaster is not in front there, so Bloodsworn will lose some guys, but you have to feel like these charges are probably quite good for Suebi. I mean, these engagements. I mean, this Bloodsworn, if you cycle out here, it's super good. This Bloodsworn not getting a cycle from the Woadnaz, so most of the Bloodsworn models you can see are at the back, right? So they're actually getting good charges here. Even though they have the fast charge, they're not getting good charges. They're going to countercharge the Spirit Gladiator Truce, so that will be a nuclear charge. Swordmaster getting in. On this flank, he's just chilling. Like, he knows he's better here. He doesn't have to do much. He just wait. He just needs to kill these units in front. And remember, the Veteran Legionnaires lost a bunch of men to the original charge, so that's good. Swordmaster engaged here. He's just going to cook. Nice charge from the Extraordinaria, though. Get a nice charge there. Gonna kill a lot of Bloodsworn. A lot of cycle charges coming in, but he has the Javcav still there. I mean, the Swordmasters are here. Nice charge again. Syrians getting shots, but again, like, shooting the Javcav, like, kind of whatever. I mean, frontline engagement is just going to go really, really well, though, for Suebi still, because, again, Swordmaster going to cook these 2 units. General getting shot down pretty hard, though. That's a big problem. Pride has been popped, by the way. It is popped in the center, which is really good. Swordmaster going to cycle out here. He needs to watch his General, though. General dying would be a complete disaster here. And another volley going to come in, going to be an absolutely devastating volley as well, probably. Yeah, he does realize now. But again, he's just... The cycle charges are good. But is it fast enough? Is he killing enough units? Like, he's just killing a Bloodsworn and a Woadnaz right now, and his entire infantry force is dead. He has 2 more units. The general is weak. The Javcav, though, very healthy. Spear Levy, sure, gonna die. Cycle charge coming in. The general's still getting shot. This is the key of the game here, I would say. Does the general die or take so much damage? This Noble Rider's 50 men. Not much cav left, considering how much cav is left on the field. There is another Extraordinaria, though. A little weak. Archers getting good shots on cav. Now this side is looking not so good. I mean, it's looking fine, but now Simp gonna sacrifice a unit there. The other, the Noble Rider's getting nuked by the Syrian archers so hard. But the Bloodsworn does break through. Club actually does break through. Will get a nice charge here. But the infantry looking to collapse a little bit here. I mean, Woadnaz 55, Swordmaster 95, very nice. But he's gonna get infinite rear charges from the Roman units here, so very nice. Archer fire coming in, nice angles here. The javelins will be effective, but again, he saved a lot of cav for the late game, so this is going to be tight. I think he has enough cav, though, as Scanner, to win this, especially because, yeah, he can never fight with his general. His general got destroyed so fucking hard. Does actually get this guy in a bad spot, though. This Extraordinary is going to go down, but the Syrian's actually getting insane value in this game, for sure. 100 kills almost between them. Oh, I should actually just take that fight, probably, but yeah, I think this time the Roman infantry actually was sufficient. Because he got really good value with his charges. It wasn't... I kind of misspoke when I said like he was only killing these units because he did a really good thing at the start. He charged in, got countercharge, and pulled out his infantry and charged with cabs. So he actually killed, I think, 2 Bloodsworn in the center using that strategy, which actually helped him quite a bit. And that's why the Sword Masters are so important, because you get them in the front and the chop charges really don't do too much. But here, the Roman infantry is actually quite healthy, to be honest. So yeah, I think the Syrians got insane value in this game. The Syrian that was posted up on this flank especially was just dumping in the whole time. And then he did just push around the flank. He said, look, this flank doesn't really matter what happens because all my infantry is center and right, or from Sim's perspective, or center and left from Iskander's perspective. And I don't really care if you kill these units. I'm going to make you overextend on this flank. And I'm going to use my superior numbers to just cycle, cycle, cycle. And I think the big mistake that Simplified had is he had his other noble rider here instead of here. He needed to bring it back to this side when he realized the cav was all here, because the noble rider can just fucking take a fight and just nuke the extraordinary, can nuke the Saka Equites. But no, the noble rider was off in the distance here, not really doing much, getting dumped. It needed to be active where he can use the jab cav in support. The other thing is that the one gladiatrice he did get around the flank and did a lot of pushing back of the jab cav right when the main attack was coming in. So he can maybe dedicate like a Bloodthorn or something to dealing with that. So a very good game from Iskander, proving his idea had merit to it. I still think, yeah, I mean, what he was able to do is just push back the Javcav and let the Extraordinary cook. He didn't use the Extraordinary early. And he also did some good stuff in the center. You can see the Bloodsworn 44, 63, 106 kills. Not the best value. Club Levy did okay, but the Sword Masters, especially, they were just getting hammered all game. And the Wodenaz, so 4 of your main melee units, your best melee units, actually, all do poorly. Of course, you're gonna lose. So, I mean, yeah, and that's critical, obviously. And yeah, he made the Cavs thing for sure. I mean, really good kills in Extraordinary. The other units were sacrificed, but a worthy sacrifice for sure. And then you can see the Noble Riders not getting any value as well. So that will need a change. Also, the Kimberly Bowman not getting as many Cav kills. Still got around the same, but I think a lot of these kills were Syrians. So, and Syrians and some infantry as well. So yeah, well played to Scander. Gets the instant fight back. So good news for the series, I would say. Put up the army cover. That does put a spanner in the works if you're simplified. Like, do you change things up? Because you could change your army. You could maybe go for, I don't know, more javelin men or something. That's something he's been doing. But he doesn't have much room for change, honestly. Like, this is pretty much the army that you should bring, I think. Maybe you go for an extra cav, but you don't really want to do that. So, yeah, he doesn't have the most room to change things up, but he does have some. Yeah, I could see some potential options. But it's really going to be more about how the strategy is employed in this game, I think. That will be, yeah, number one thing. While they load, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna get a quick bite to eat. I haven't had any dinner, so I'll be right back. I'll be like 1 minute or less as they both ready up, I think. Be right back.
Woden watches over us! Understood! We serve Dominion! Ready! Orders!
Alright, I have a slice of reheated pizza in the microwave right now. But, as things stand, nothing has been changed from either side, so... This, I think, is this is the decisive game of the series, almost no matter what, because obviously being up 2-1 is so fucking important. Being up 1-0 is okay, obviously it's good, I mean, it's better than being down 1-0, but now both sides, especially because they're the same armies, have had a chance to look at each other, understand the strategy, understand the weaknesses and the strengths. So yeah, let me get my slice of pizza, but this is the most important game of the series, I would say, because if you lose this game, I mean, do you change something? Do you run it back? It's gonna be very risky. So give me 1 sec. Damn, that shit is like honestly hardly edible to be honest. Okay, yeah, I got the overlay. Yeah, I know. Picture is gone. I'm back. Don't worry. We're good. We're good. All right, so yeah, it's. I don't think you can even call this shit pizza, bro. Like this shit is like a week and a half old, and I reheated it in my microwave. It's fucking trash. But what's not trash is game 3 of the series. That is not gonna be trash, surely, right? Mm. Like honestly, I don't even think I can eat the rest of that pizza. Holy shit. So yeah, no armies have changed. Again, it's 4 Bloodsworn, Club Lev, 1 Club Levy, 2 Swordmaster, 2 Wodenaz, 2 Noble Rider, 1 Dramatic Slinger, 1 Kimberly Bowwoman, 3 Spear Levy, and 4 Javcav for Suebi, 1 Triare, 1 Vigilate, 3 Hastati, 2 Avocadi, 1 Veteran Legionnaire, 2 Saki Equite Extraordinaire, 2 regular Equites, and 3 regular Saki Equites, with the Legatus, and 2 Syrians for Roma. And the Syrians got a lot of value. I would almost say don't get food poisoning from it, bro. I can't guarantee anything. I'm probably not gonna eat any more of that though. The bread is so fucking soggy. It's like, oh, it's fucking trash. Holy shit. I don't think, yeah, I'm not risking it. I got other food, but it just takes more time to prepare. Yeah, so it should be very interesting here. I think, yeah, Simplified needs to worry about these cav that were permanently in his ass last game. Again, I think the biggest reaction was to rotate the Noble Rider, probably what he should have done, because this flank was nothing. There was nothing to kill here that mattered. Any fighting over here was just going to be overextension from Suebi. And again, he had a whole load now. I don't know what happened to it, but if he pushes on, he runs into the cav. There's no infantry to kill anyway, except for like a Stadi and Vigilate. Ignore it, rotate to the sound of the fighting. Come to the right and fight on the right if that's where a scanner wants to fight. Because if you're trying to push a Suebi, it's worth it if you can get kills that are valuable. But if you're gonna waste a fast charge pushing into like fucking Astadi and Vigiles, and then you're gonna get charged and you have to keep your cav here while the enemy's most important units are fighting on your right, it's not good. It's just not good value. And that allowed a scanner to be completely behind with like 2 cav, just cycle charging the shit out of a Swordmaster. And then he also did really good stuff in the center where he pulled out his infantry, charged back in with the Saki Equite. That was good value. Getting some shots on the Spear Gladiator trees early on, nice. This time he's actually going to bring a unit behind. This is the first time he's done this. I think this is something he should have been doing 100% of the time. Just forcing units to convalesce behind your own lines as Rome is bad, right? Because you want to go forward. But now he'll just run forward, but this unit can permanently be a threat. I think he's a little too far behind, though. This unit doesn't need to be behind. Should get more close to his units, because now the charge could come in, and there's almost no Javelin support from the Javcav here. Now, they will be really good once the Cav pull out, obviously, but the Roman infantry is like, fuck it, we can just walk up. Gonna bait the fast charge. Yeah, he's gonna start running away. I think Simplified knew this was kind of a bait. Didn't really want to do anything too crazy, but just wanted to, like, scare Rome, which was successful. You could actually, like, dump the shit out of this, maybe. Yeah, this is Study looking a little exposed. But again, Rome can afford to be quite exposed. You can get back shots. Yeah, back shots on the Avocadi here. Very nice. Like, yeah, this is all he needs to do. He needs to just get value with the Kimberlies, keep them alive, and don't get destroyed by the Syrians. I mean, that's sick volley, man. Fucking sick volley. This was not worth it, by the way. Like, yeah, I don't know what that was. But, I mean, this Avocadi just got dumpster fired. This Rider also getting kind of dumpster, though. I mean, this is also 7 men, plus a lot of HP damage, because all this shit was hitting in the back, so... Yeah, losing 2 more from a frontal volley, that's when you know things are not looking too good when you're losing Roman infantry from the front. But, you know, it's minor damage. Actually getting shots on the Extraordinaria, though, and the Cav now, this is good value. This is the shit that you want to get. Also gonna hit these Avocadi in the back as well. Yeah, gets a couple kills there. 2 kills and hits this. But this unit is not having a good time. It's being murked by Syrians. And again, it brings this Cav around the flank. Very nice. Gonna pressure. Now he's putting a lot more pressure on Rome this game. Like, he's gonna get free shots. He's gonna get dumped by this fucking Syrian, though. At close range. At sword side as well. Tries to run out of the Arc of Fire, which is smart. Not worth shooting these guys, though. Syrians turning around. You get sword side the Hastadi, potentially. And look at this reform the lines. Simplified probably should match. But he's getting really nice shots. This is a mistake. Oh, big mistake from Iskander. Does he not realize? Is he just too busy microing stuff? Because he's getting fucking dumped. This is like a full javelin's worth of damage. And now, if this unit charges into javelin fire, it's going to get fucking destroyed. It's going to get fucking obliterated, honestly, because it's already taken so much HP damage. 10 losses. Are we crazy? Oh, this is such a blunder. This is a fucking... Oh my god. That is ridiculous. And what? I mean, Simplify's not putting that much pressure on. How does he not realize this? Oh, this is a critical fucking blunder, man. Simplified must be fucking kicking himself. Like, he doesn't realize. He doesn't realize. He just doesn't realize at all. Oh, it's such a blunder, man. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's basically just gonna lose an entire cav that you really needed alive. I almost think like Simplified should just walk up with the Kimberlys and shoot it, no? I mean, why not? I finally realized he's gotta be kicking himself, man. He's gotta be so fucking upset that he just let this happen. Half the unit is dead. For literally nothing. For literally fucking nothing. Huge blunder. Unlucky. Now Simplified says, look, I just killed fucking half an Extraordinary. He will get compensation a little bit, but obviously Extraordinary much more valuable than the Scout Rider. The Scout Rider dying there is kind of dumb, though. So a bit of a blunder by both sides. I wanted to take another bite of my pizza. I just decided not to do that. I'm just gonna throw that shit out. But now the fight may come in. To Iskander's benefit, though, this Extraordinary was on the other side of the battlefield. Like, it is going to come in from the right, the attack. Simplified trade. So, you know, this unit didn't do too much last game either until the late stage of the battle. It didn't really have that much impact. Like, the units here were enough to win the game. So, it's not the worst thing in the world, not the best thing, obviously, but Simplified decides that this unit will just be gifted back. Sacrifice to the blood gods. He could run this shit in and get a volley. No, he's going to get shot at, so he's just going to bait out the fire. I think both players realize the magnitude of this game. Oh my god, you're taking fire on the other Skywalker, bro. Custody weakened. Avocadi also weakened on this flank, so that's quite nice. But the threat is still mostly on the right side anyway, so... They're gonna get Pila here, I mean, shit. Oh, he doesn't even use the Pila. I would probably have Pila. Oh no, okay. Worth a note, I want the pause, but he didn't use the Pila because he knew that the charge was coming after. So, nice job getting the Pila, that was huge. Using the general in the center. No, he doesn't even want to. He probably should. Okay, he doesn't get a charge. Club Lobby gets fucking smashed, but... Oh, this guy's gonna get such a nice charge. Wait, let's count the kills. 35? Count him, count him. Count him. Count him. Count him. And this guy didn't get a fast charge. The fast charge is kind of dog shit, no lie. Okay, he just got it down. He got 60 kills on Bloodstorm with that charge, by the way. 60 kills. And now look, he's just gonna run away. He's gonna run away and get another charge. So this is the tactic from Iskander that he's gonna use to apparently very good success. Nah, he's gotta just eat this charge, bro. You cannot run away from this shit. Why would you ever run away from that? Oh, but you're just letting the Bloodstorm die? Like, the Swordmaster can eat that charge. Like, who fucking cares? Okay, there goes the Extraordinary. Didn't die. And this Wodna's actually gonna cook here, by the way, because it's got a free charge. Cycle charge coming in, Triarii, and Veteran Legionnaires charging, cycling out. But he's killing a lot of shit for free, so I guess in that sense, he's just gonna sacrifice this unit. I believe that's a good idea. Also, this Extraordinary gonna die, so he will be able to overrun this flank. I think the Wodnas will win this fight, probably. The General probably doing too much here. Don't want to stand too long. But yeah, he killed this shit. Fast charge is over. Pride? I don't know if it was popped, actually. Okay, General is overcooking potentially here. But he has the cycle charge here on this Triarii. Triarii gonna die to the Swordmaster. Full Extraordinaries have him in there. Swordmaster's recycling. Wodnas can now cycle here. Oh, this is overextension, though. Overextension. He should just charge it anyway at this point. Yeah, he's gonna charge it anyway, because at least look at the charge. Yeah, that was fine. Actually charged a bit bad, so it's kind of good for him. Nice sword side fire onto this Epicali. This Veteran Legionnaire is so fucking dead, dude. That shit is the most dead shit I've ever seen. But now comes the middle phase of the game where Rome is much better. They have the Cav. Any isolated units will be annihilated, essentially. And okay, Avocadi 78. Swordmaster gonna win that fight. But in the middle here, Veteran Legionnaire is gonna win. I mean, they're getting obliterated, but still gonna win. Here, I mean, Noble Riders are fine, but the Noble Riders again is so extended for no reason. And Rome has a lot of Cav left. The infantry has mostly been defeated for for Suebi. I mean, they have a lot of good units left, but oh, he's also on Intimidate, by the way. That's cool. I like that ability. But now, like, the infantry has to cook so hard for Suebi against Roman infantry, because again, the Bloodsworn died. The general just running away here is kind of crazy. Like, yeah. And again, I feel like the general for Simp was just overextended. Like, the general was fighting for too long. That shit did not need to happen. Just use one charge and get the fuck out. Noble Rider also getting almost no value. 30 kills here, 40 kills here. Not much going on in terms of value there. And the Cav is just healthy. I mean, you got 40 units here, 57 here. They're not going to be stopped by anything. And the Syrians are still alive as well. Which, you know, sure, they're Syrians. They're good. Odin's slowly being ground down. There is a full Bloodstorm over here. Not full, actually. Half strength, so not the best. Swordmaster here, I mean, it's going to die eventually. There's just too many Roman infantry units. They're so fucking tanky. Avocati kind of grind to a standstill against this. But this should be another win for Iskander, if I'm not incorrect here. But yeah, again, it was the mid-game move to pull back after the charge and recharge with the Cav. That is what's killing Simplified, and he reacted really poorly to it, to be fair, by letting the charges hit the Bloodsworn instead of the Swordmasters. Like, the Swordmasters can eat the charges, like, who fucking cares? Here the Kimberly's gonna go in and kill these Ectons, but it shouldn't really matter. I mean, there's just so much left. I guess it's not the most, but it's a full avocado, full Asadi here almost. Nah, I mean, Noble Rider should die here on the charge. That's regular equity, but still. I mean, they lost a lot of boots on the charge. The Kimberly Bowmen are just nuking the fucking stock equities, but there's, I mean, there's not too much cav left. The Swordmaster is cooking. No, I think the whole thing now is morale penalties here. Because your general's probably going to die. You want to break the units on the Swordmaster. You need to break units. Breaking is everything. Swordmaster here at 50, not terrible at this stage of the battle. 40 Hastati, the Vigilies don't matter. Big Swordmaster here, but the Syrians are still alive. Cavalry is mostly dead at this point, so one cav for both sides. The Syrians could still cook up a fuss. I guess they're alive. This one's out of ammo. This one's probably soon to be out of ammo, though. Let's see what kind of shots it's getting. I mean, Wodna's fighting to the death here. Not going to do much. Oh, nice morale penalty. Nice. Uses the Intimidate. That was cool. But this Swordmaster is 50 men. It's not huge. The Kimberys are just cooking the fucking cav, though. Gets a nice charge here. Yeah, he needs to break this tree area, I think. He needs to break, like, he needs to rear charge shit with his cav. Swordmaster can go in a headhunt here and probably survive for a while. But I think there's enough on the field just about for Rome here. Very close, but yeah, again, if he doesn't lose he doesn't lose so much of his fucking, I mean, he does break this. Let's say it's over, but I think it's probably just about over with this Astadi alive with 80 men. But yeah, if he doesn't lose like an extra Bloodsworn in the charging phase of the game, he should win, right? Just given how much is left. But he's just, the cav are getting really good value. And yeah, obviously the rocket coming. Other thing is his cav is being completely wasted. His cav is being completely wasted by overextending and staying in combat too long. His cav does not need to stay in combat ever. It should just bait the fuck out of any units, just charge in to block a charge and run away. That's the only thing they need to do. But they're like out here fighting against cav, like getting shot, his general getting shot in the center. Those are the things he needs to work on. Also, he's just giving the charges a little bit too much value. So yeah, 2-1, very nicely played from Iskander, kind of proving that his strat was still good. Simplified responded a little bit better, but now it's kind of desperate times. The Kimberly did really well. I guess they got a lot of cav kills as well. Swordmasters did better, but again, the Woden is not doing great. I mean, they're fighting like Avocati, so it's whatever. But look at the Bloodsworn. I mean, no value. If any of these Bloodsworn do a little bit better in the club lobby, you know, you can say that's huge difference. And he did this without basically an entire Extraordinaria, which is really crazy. It was half strength, so it still got some value, but to do that, given that blunder, is absolutely massive. And now Simplified has some thinking to do here, as he's on the brink of defeat. I think it's a best of 5. Fairly confident. Yeah, best of 5. And yeah, he has something to do. Iskander, I don't think should change anything, given that he's won the last 2 games. Obviously, it would be nice to go to a game 5. That would be sick. But Simplified has to earn it. Hi, Terminator. It will probably not happen soon, to be honest. I think me and Luke are both away for July 4th, so it's going to be a little tough. So I might have to have now for the next week after that. But anyway, yeah, Simplified, you know, change anything? I think he's played pretty poorly the last 2 games, to be honest. Like, Iskander has played better as well than he did in game 1, but I would say mostly that Simplified has made some pretty big blunders here. So that's not ideal. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to think. Let me throw my pizza out because I just can't stand looking at it and being like baited to try to eat it and then being like, no, that's a fucking dumb idea. Be right back. Well, I got some chocolate chips. That's pretty good. Yo, by the way, Soap or Semi-Naked, if you guys are still there, who is a scanner? Like, is this guy you've played a lot with in the Chinese scene? Like, do we know who he is? I feel like every tournament, every con, there's like a bunch of players that I have no clue who they are, and they like play pretty decently. And obviously, like the Chinese and the rest of the world scene is sometimes a little bit split. So, if you would like to tell me a bit about who this guy is, I would be interested. Because it would be interesting to know. Looks like Simp is ready. He's made one interesting change to his army. I will reveal that, but I won't say what it is until we get into the game. Scanner actually taking a while to think here, or just like faking that he's thinking and he's gonna bring the same thing. I'm not sure what there is to think about. I mean, maybe he has some backup strat, plan B, but nah, he's definitely Chinese, Mr. Terminator. I'm pretty sure, like 95% sure, or like not necessarily Chinese, but like Chinese adjacent, one of the East Asian player, or maybe he's like Russian, like East Russian or something. That could be. I'm pretty sure he's East based on his time zone. All right, so the one change Simplified has made is he's gone for a longbow hunter. I think this is completely fine, honestly. Longbow hunters are really good. They do a lot of damage, slow firing speed, and again, he's just traded this out for a slinger and the chevrons on the club levy. So I don't hate this. I think this gives you a little more cav killing power. They have short range, but whatever. It's not like a huge deal. You will get good kills with them with a 40 missile damage. These are a really good unit. The Kimberly have been super valuable, so he just says, fuck it, let's get another archer. I don't hate that at all. Oh, actually, has another. No, he's going for a spear levy. Okay, so maybe. Oh, that costs more. So okay. Blood. Swordmaster. So he basically said, look, the club levy's not doing shit. Let's get an extra spear levy, kill a little more cav. Is that really gonna happen? Probably not. Um, overlay. Okay, yes, thank you. My bad. Overlay is gone. I'm not eating pizza, bro. I'm not eating that shit. That shit is so bad. I cannot do it. I cannot. Thank you. Okay, yeah, so he basically said club levy, not really cooking, so fuck that shit. Let's just get 4 spear levy for the front line. Maybe also makes it easier to micro with the same units there. Um, and then same army for the rest, 4 blood, 2 sword master, 2 wodo, 2 noble rider, longbow hunter, Kimberly, 4 javcav. The huge. I don't think Xander has changed anything. No, he hasn't, just based on a quick analysis. So what does he need to do? One, I'm not sure why this unit is still here. Both games, this cav has gotten no value, and it could be here, where he always pushes the side. Like, maybe, okay, maybe if he pushed this side with this, then the scanner would move to the left, but, like, you can rotate in time to at least do something. Like, this unit should not be... Okay, like, I don't care if you want to just, like, throw javelins and not charge on the right, but this unit should always rotate to the side of the fighting. There's no point in it being on the other side of the battlefield. It makes literally no sense. I think it needs to be more useful in killing cav in support with infantry instead of being alone and like trying to chase things down. That doesn't make any sense. It's getting dying to the Syrians, dying to support, and the Roman cavalry can always cycle charge. There's a lot of them. So that's point one. Point two is once the charge comes in, he's gonna pull back and charge his cav in. Now, what are you doing against that? Are you gonna cycle yourself? Are you gonna just push with your cav and block the Roman units from running away? That could be good. And if he charges your cav, you just countercharge his cav, and then you're also charging into his infantry. Like, that could be good. Are we gonna like, cycle back the spears? Or are we gonna just like make sure we get our sword masters in front to block the incoming secondary charges that we can peel the shit out of them? All these are decent options, but you cannot let these cav get so many charges on the Bloodsworn. That is losing him the game. The other thing that's losing him the game is the Wodenets are not getting enough value. They are on the flank, so yes, they're the most isolated units. They are easier for the cav to get onto them, so of course they're going to get charged more and more. That being said, it's still very important as the second best unit and the only other unit besides the Swordmasters that can really contend with the starting 5 frontline units here of Iskander. Wait, really? 4? 4? Sorry. Right, it's sort of up to the Swordmasters and the Wodenaz to deal with these 4 units. And of course the Bloodsworn to kill them, but to stand up to them, only the Bloodsworn and the sorry, only the Woodness and the Swordmasters. And the Swordmasters are having a tough time because they're getting focus, which makes sense. Could get a peel here. It's a good volley. I think you take that. 13 kills. Yeah, we definitely take those. That was a mistake from Simplified. He needed to run directly this way instead of running like this because he just ate it in the ass. He could have probably dodged it. He ran to the Vigilate. The Vigilate's not killing anything. It's a fucking spear. So good start for the Scanner, killing a few Scout Riders. Simplified maybe getting a little too overeager to use these guys early on again. Like early on, it's very easy for a Scanner to just block. But once the archers come into play and start dumping, it'll be a little harder, like just on the micro side of things. Archer gonna fire, Simplified gonna react in time, that'll be a miss. Quality, and now the archers will start to dump. You can see the Longbow Hunter is a little bit less range, but they are starting to come into their own now, in range of all these juicy Roman infantry. Which are not that juicy because they have insane defense against missiles, but you could take one volley on these Avocati, hit him in the back, hit him in the back. Nice dodge. There, still hits a few though. Another few losses there, that's not good. But the longbows will start to activate here, killing 2 Avocati on their first volley. That's what we like to see. This, Mr. Syrian, you're a little exposed here. But again, he's not the one to really use the peel on that, so... Like, the peeler is so valuable, man. And the Scanner knows if a unit uses a peeler, he can always attack it. I mean, he's not really in position to do that here, but he could, in theory. So, we wait. He's brought a lot of Jab Cav here. Again, I don't really get that. You know the attack is coming on the right side. Why are 3 Jab Cav and the melee Cav on the left? Hello? That doesn't really make much sense to me. Like, obviously he can refuse the line eventually, though the flank will come through. He's bringing his other Cav central. I agree with that. This guy's getting dicey. Nice shots here, though. Into the tree area, into the Veteran Legionnaires. I mean, he can afford them, I suppose, but, you know, obviously it's going to make the attack easier and easier. The Cav, kind of far back. I mean, he could pop the fast charger early, I suppose. I don't think you want to do that, though. You just want to keep pushing and keep dumping these guys. Oh, no! Fucking huge blunder! Oh my god, he fucking fucked up his line. I don't think it's going to hurt him that much, but... that will screw him over. Oh, it's such a big mistake. And now he's going to try to take advantage of that. That kind of sucks, to be honest. That kind of fucking sucks. Okay, he's going to get out of it. Just retreat, and resets. Yeah, okay, he kind of got out of it fine. Actually might get it with a peel too. Yeah, so not the worst thing in the world. Got a good peel there. Survived without complete disaster, but we'll eat some shit in the back. Not really the worst thing in the world. Can't really go for this charge. 2 peel volleys would be incoming. So he stabilized the situation. Oh, that was almost fucking complete disaster. But the situation has been averted. Crisis has been averted. He needs to reform his army though. Get back into things. Calm down, you know. It's not going crazy here. So Levy just trying to push back these. Oh, but these Syrians are getting nice shots. And they are shooting the Kev, but I was thinking you could sword side the Swordmasters here. Or the Woodnest. Actually, the Woodnest would be a great choice with their 50 armor. Oh, imagine like heavy shot. Just fucking dump the Swordmaster. Yeah, I don't know. The Cav are not the target here. The Cav are definitely not the target. Just fucking shoot the infantry in the flank. Simplified needs to rotate his fucking line. But he's wanting to go a little more aggressive. Fair enough. Okay, I mean, that's not a great charge. We're not getting into the Wodo. Oh, but okay. I mean, this is fine. This is a blunder, right? He's double charging into a spear levy. That's what. Oh! Intimidate! Yo! Yo, 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 yo! That's fucked up, bro. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. He blocked the fast charge. Still not great, honestly, because he's losing a lot of men in this blob, and not really gonna be a problem because the Swordmaster can still just get in and do fine. And like this Abakadi's gonna just die. But that was awesome. That was awesome. Mad respect. Mad respect. I remember watching like OG Maximus videos where he's trying to do that shit, and that was like when it was like way more effective to do that. But that's cool to see. That's cool to see. This is kind of suspicious. I mean, it's kind of just good for Suebi though, because this is just a dead unit. This avocado gonna go down pretty quick. He needs to stay condensed though, because he needs to get the fast charge off eventually. But I mean, the Saki Kututornari just dead. I mean, this is not looking great. The Swordmaster can get into this shit and just cycle charge the shit out of this. Full Naz. And the fast charge is still about to come in. He's gonna get into the Swordmaster, but again, the Swordmaster can eat this charge, and now there will be insanely good support for the side of whatever the fuck Suebi. Is that fast charge now? Yeah, it is. Okay, nice. He needs to get this Wodenaz into the Cav fight, obviously. And the Swordmasters are fine. Like, Avocado are dying. A lot of Cav behind, but they're just getting shot. This unit is gonna die. Okay, he's breaking through on some fronts. He needs this fast charge to cook. I mean, he needs this to cook desperately. Oh, you gotta charge, buddy. You gotta charge, buddy. Oh, he's gonna get fucking rear charge. Okay. It's a little bit of chaos at the moment. Swordmaster getting extricated though. The Swordmaster should just get in here and cook. Pretty hard. I mean, over here the fast charge is still active, so nice Pula as well. Syrian's doing good though. Gonna shoot the gen. My plan right now is just snipe the general at the moment. And the other Noble Rider is kind of dead. So the general is gonna fucking die to heavy Syrian fire. But the Noble Rider's here actually with 25 men. Should probably get out there and kill this shit. And the general's fine. He's like hurt, but he might die. But you know, whatever. The unit's fine. Nah, he doesn't even die. Avocado dying. Here, just desperate fighting. Desperate fighting here. The Sword Master, or the... Oh, don't route. Oh, he's not 14 men. I guess he might die. Yeah, I mean, the Syrians are getting insane value now on the Cav. But the infantry is losing, so it's not devastating. For anyone, really. I mean, yeah. General's gonna die, however. That will be bad. General did die. But the Swordmaster is super healthy. The Cav is healthy, but not that healthy. I don't know, it's close. But the Syrians, yeah, Syrians getting fought. Swordmasters will just kill this shit. Bloodsworn extremely healthy here as well. Full Wodenaz. Yeah, I think Suebi might have enough here, regardless. I mean, this Swordmaster is gonna die slowly. It's very close. It's very close. He needs to keep the Jab Cav alive. The Syrians don't have too much ammo, I'd assume. Looks like these guys are actually just out. These Syrians are shooting, but they're running out. They're dumping sword side. The Bloodsworn have 60 block chance. The morale is sort of a problem, though, because of the death of the general. But there's basically two Cav alive. I mean, it's very strung out. Everything is very weak. The Cav, yeah, headhunt here to keep this guy alive. This Swordmaster, 70 men, is quite healthy. This Woden has 90 men, also very healthy. Noble Rider actually alive as well. Does he get the headhunt off? Probably not. Probably just gonna route before the next stage of headhunt hits. No, just to get it off. Desperate fighting, but the Jav Cav are healthy though. The Jav Cav are quite healthy, and they will be able to do a lot in the end game. Bloodsworn just still cooking. Swordmaster needs to get... Yeah, the Swordmaster and the Woden needs to group up and just play as a unit. Nice rear charge here. But the General is actually a kind of a crazy threat in this fight now. These guys are out of ammo. The General is a crazy threat, and the Cav is just so good. They're little, tiny little units, but the units are a little tiny for Suebi as well. So, it's not great, because the Cav can never... Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the Roman Cav is just slightly too strong. Slightly too strong, and yeah, I mean, the Swordmaster is quite healthy there, 60 men, but there's also 26, 11, I mean, wow, some very small units for for Rome holding on for dear life. But the cycle charge after cycle charge after cycle charge, eventually it's just going to be too much for the Swordmaster, and that should do it. A 3-1, very composed game. I think really unlucky that Simplified fucked up with his army in the last one. Like he moved everything at the same time. But that should do it. Did not go all 5 games. Well played, Jerome. I didn't think it was possible, to be honest. Well, not that I didn't think it was possible, but I didn't think it was going to be easy to do the YOLO rush strat against Suebi. I just didn't think it was going to be that easy for Rome to do it. But Rome, in a sense, has a very good combo for it because they have cheap ass cav and good infantry, right? Better infantry than Massilia did, and better like cheaper cav as well with more heavy units. So yeah, I mean this time it was a little better value, but he just got so fucked up by the army movement, and then I will say, yo, the intimidate was insane. The intimidate was crazy. Yeah, okay, I thought it was Ray Shower as well, Mr. Soap. Thank you. You forgot his account number. Classic. Yeah, Ray Shower, obviously a really, really good player. Yeah, the intimidate tactic was fucking sick. That was awesome to see. But I think he really only was able to do that because of the misclick command. Like that really fucked up Sim and got Iskander like a super aggro attempt where he could walk forward and Simplify was not fully ready to respond, which means that he could run his general up and snipe the fast charge with the with the fucking intimidate, which was awesome and like super class move, but not something that you see every day. I would say. Anyway, yeah. Congrats. I guess let's tell him well played. Um, yeah, and just the Syrians dumping the general, I think was the key in almost every game. Like yeah, the Syrians, the first game were so fucking useless. So for him to turn it around and use them a little bit better in the, the games after was a huge improve. Um, and yeah, they started just dumping the general, and you can see the Noble Riders did not get any value in almost any game. This Noble Rider finally got some value killing Cab, which is what it should have been doing in the other games. And the other thing is that the Roman infantry was just so tanky that it could actually hold out long enough to give the Cav time to cook, and that was the biggest thing. He also was doing a good job keeping a reserve. He always would keep like one Avocado or Triaria in reserve to like have some late game staying power where, you know, the Cav is obviously going to be more valuable in the late game. So having that full fresh infantry that can not get fast charged, just stay and fight and use it as the fucking, you know, anvil for the hammer of the Cav was super big as well. Obviously, the Kimberly and the Bowman and the Longbow Hunter gained no value. They got charged. That really sucks. Again, that misclick was I was so fucking unlucky. I mean, yeah, you just don't like to see that, and it cost you basically like cost him basically the archers and the fast charge, which is obviously enough to lose the game. Because if those archers were alive, they would be killing enough cav where the cav would be dead at the end of the game, and then his infantry would probably just win. That's funny when you remember the tournament already begun. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think that's overall really well played. A good tournament overall as well. I think a lot of good games. A lot of series that were 3-2. I want to cover them. I think the Scanner versus Lee Z series is the one that I want to watch the most, but one replay is missing, and I never feel good about commentating a series where one of the replays is missing just because it doesn't really give the full context, but I might do it anyway. But yeah, I think not much more to say. Well played to both. Really good series. Enjoyed it quite a bit. Yeah, well played to everyone. I think it was good. I can't say much more than that. I think both players played pretty well. I think Iskander showing that there are ways to defeat the Suebi was good. I do think though in the future like this like oh we're just gonna rush every game with like a bunch of cav and a bunch of infantry and no archers. This is like kind of cringe. It's also just hard for some factions to defeat it because some factions are just so much better at it. I mean, we saw this. Obviously, like I've done it with Massilia, Sarah's done it with Epirus. Like it is just the meta for the con. It's not really that. I would honestly say it's not that good in like many matchups. It's just a lot of the con matchups favor it so much because of the restrictions to infantry. That the two things you want the most in the con are good spears and a fuck ton of cav that you can spam. And yeah, Rome can do that in a certain sense. Obviously, he did bring the Syrians, and the Syrians got good value as well. Um, but yeah, hopefully next year's con some changes will be made to that. I don't know. There needs to be some balancing. It's just a little too unbalanced, I feel like, in terms of the factions sometimes. But no fault to Simplified and Iskander. Obviously, they made it fair and square and dueled it out in really good games. In the end, it was just like those little cavalry nubs making their impact on the Suebi infantry that just can't withstand too many charges. He needed like Simperley needed to kill the cavalry units like dead, like completely rout them, and that wasn't really happening, which was well played from Iskander to keep them alive and just use them in the late game, because even a little tiny cav can get like 50 kills on Suebi infantry pretty easily. But yeah, well played to both guys. Hope you guys enjoyed both the tournament and the final, obviously. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm gonna stop the stream. Well played to Iskander. Congrats on the dub, and good job to Simplified 2, second place. No slouch as well. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna stop it here. And yeah, more tournaments will definitely be coming shortly. I'm gonna host a tournament on Republic Arena. I think TWL is happening if you want to play that. There might be another tournament that Soul and Invictus is hosting, so tournaments will be back. The con obviously takes fucking forever, and there's no other tournaments that happen during it, but now that the con is done, hopefully there'll be as much Rome2 as you could possibly want to play. So yeah, hopefully you guys will join. Thanks for watching, everyone. And Revenge, I'll post about it when it happens, but it's gonna be like a normal bracket tournament. Should be starting soon. Hopefully like a registration at least. It has not like I have not even started like the registration or anything, so there's no information exists about it yet. Anyway, yeah, no more about that. Thanks for watching, everyone. Appreciate it. It was a great series, and see you guys in the next